Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Fort Worth Roots Morning Show. It is the 3rd of October, and we already have our first caller on the line. This is our Thursday episode, and we are going to talk mostly about events. We'll still cover some local news, but we got a lot going on this weekend. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Dustin.
Good morning, Fort Worth. How are y'all doing this morning?
Man, off to a rough start. Thursday came fast.
It did come fast, didn't it?
Yes. What do you got for us, man?
Well, I've got two big events that are happening in Fort Worth this week, but I also have a bunch of events that are happening over the month of October.
Okay.
So which would you rather start with?
Let's get into the month of October and then dial it down to what's up this weekend.
Well, you know, the month of October is, of course, Halloween.
Yes, it's spooky.
And you know what opens up during Halloween? And that's all the local haunted houses.
Yeah, that's right.
And are you a big haunted house fan? Do you like going out to them?
I will do it, and I'll be happy, and I'll have fun, but it's not something I seek out personally. I know we've got some, like, nationally recognized haunted houses here in Fort Worth.
We do. We have Hangman's House of Horrors that's opening up for its 36th season.
36th season. Wow.
Yes. And it's over on Blue Mountain Road and kind of where Meacham Road and Blue Mountain Road meet.
Mm-hmm.
Prices are $39 to $64. And the building it is located in is an old hydrogen and helium plant.
I got to ask you a question real quick. There's price differences. So is there a VIP package where they scare you harder?
I think that's what it is. Or you get some of these places. Now, I haven't been to one in a few years, but sometimes you pay more in order to jump the line or go through it quicker.
Yeah.
You know, like a little VIP thing.
Yeah, fast pass.
Yeah, fast pass.
Got it.
And, but yeah, if you haven't been to Hangman since they moved over here on Blue Mountain Road, you need to go because the building it's in, just by itself, is creepy.
Yeah. Okay.
It is really, really disturbing. And now they put, Hangman's in there, and it's just over the top.
We'll have to get a group together and go out there. That'll be fun.
The other one is Cutting Edge Haunted House, which we all know it from the big giant marquee that sits there at Lancaster and 287.
Mm-hmm. See that one from the highway.
You can see it from the highway. And it opens up throughout the year. Like it opens up for Valentine's Day, and then it opens up like one weekend every month. But of course, Halloween is its big time, or October is its big time.
Mm-hmm.
And prices for it is $40 to $113.
Wow, you're going to scare yourself silly prices, I guess. That's pretty wild.
A lot of these prices are very scary.
Yeah.
Before you even walk in the building, you're scared.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a 55-minute tour through the old meat packing facility.
That's pretty cool.
It has been nominated for years, by different national publications as being one of the best haunted attractions in the United States.
Yeah. Yep.
And then you have over in Bedford, you have the Moxley Manor haunted house, and it's like 3 different haunted houses, and it's got kind of like some weird elements to it. It's got like a 3D haunted house that you can go through.
They're using technology to scare you.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I'd rather it just be a bunch of jump scares and people in my face. And
Back
stuff.
in my day, we used to just run around telling each other "boo,"
or with a chainsaw.
Yeah. That
and scare you.
That never will get normal to me.
No. The one over in Bedford runs $32 to $77.
Okay. So it sounds like there's a cheap end for everyone that you described, and then if you want, you can get the VIP. I have more money than I know what to do with package.
Yeah, and then if you want the whole family thing,
oh my God,
you can always go to the Six Flags. Fright Fest.
Yeah, Fright Fest. We were at Six Flags last weekend, and we actually got out of there before Fright Fest started because we'd been there for maybe 4.5 hours, and the park just started to pack in. Like we weren't having to wait for any roller coaster rides whenever we first got there, and then people started showing up for Fright Fest, and it was like, okay, we need to get out of here.
I haven't been there. I remember going to Fright Fest like 10 years ago, and it was chaos.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one of those things. I don't really go over there during Fright Fest.
It's a lot. I do like it. I appreciate it, but I don't know. I can't take much of it before I'm like, okay, we need to get out of here.
Yeah.
So okay,
I'm right there with you.
What other
so that's the
upcoming
the
events?
haunted houses in the area.
Yeah,
those are the haunted houses in the area to go to. So I guess the biggest event this weekend. Do you know who Los Tamara Rios is?
No.
You ever heard of them?
Los Tamela Rios?
Yeah, okay. Los Tamara Rios. It is a Mexican band. They're kind of Latin pop. They've been around for over 40 years.
Dang. Okay.
Two brothers started this band with their cousin in 1977.
Wow. And this is a Fort Worth thing?
This is a Fort Worth event.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
No, they didn't start it here. Just let me get to it. I'll tell you why this is a big deal.
Okay, sir. Yes,
okay. This band's been around for over 40 years. Two brothers and a cousin started it in 1977.
Okay.
And they are on their farewell tour. They're saying goodbye. They're hanging it all up. And they are doing not one, not two, but 3 nights at Dickies Arena.
Oh, wow. Okay. Cool.
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And from the Latin friends I've talked to, this is gigantic.
Okay.
This is huge.
Yeah.
And it's huge that they're doing 3 nights here in a city that has a giant Latin community.
Right.
But their music is kind of like, from what I've heard and what I've been told, it's Latin pop that is sexy time.
Okay.
It'd be like your parents' sexy music.
It's the slow jams
Get them going.
of the Hispanic community. Got it.
Yeah, but this band has been all over the world. They've won Grammys like crazy, released over 20 albums. They're gigantic. So
tickets are on sale now?
Tickets are on sale for all 3 nights. And I was like, you don't see a band roll through Fort Worth and be like, you know what? We're taking 3 nights at Dickies Arena.
Mm-hmm.
So it intrigued me. And when I started asking around, people were like, yeah, these guys are huge in that community. So
very cool.
So that's a big deal for Fort Worth.
That is a big deal.
And then the other big event, of course, is the Fort Worth 3th anniversary party.
Yes, sir.
Pouring Glory. That's part of Beer Side. The event is called Beer Side.
Yeah, I think they called it Beer Southside. It doesn't matter. We partnered with another group that was doing an event, but yeah, October 5th, this Saturday. You want to give us the details? Or you want me to rattle them off?
Saturday, all day. You rattle them off. You got them all down. I know there's a ton of vendors now and a ton of bands.
Yeah, I saw the vendor list last night. We got anything you could think of at this vendor market. There's supposed to be up to 70 vendors at the market. A bunch of the Fort Worth Roots sponsors will be there, and we're going to have 5 bands on stage. We had one drop out, but we're going to push on. We're going to press on, and we're going to rock in their honor. So we have 5 amazing bands on stage, and there's no admission for this. $5 for every person that shows up. For the first 300 people will go to Cook Children's Hospital. A portion of the proceeds from the vendor market will go to the Cook Children's Hospital benefit as well. So anyway, come out for whatever reason you want to establish for this. Come to have fun. Come to support a great cause. Come to see us at Fort Worth Roots and take a picture with us and be on our social media. But this is our big day. We do this once a year. And, super excited about this. But it starts at noon, goes until 10, and you are all welcome to attend.
It's going to be a fun event. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. The weather's going to be fantastic.
Phenomenal, yeah. Couldn't ask for better weather.
Yeah.
It could be a little cooler, but...
It's doable, though.
It's still doable, yeah. Last year, it was not doable. Last year, it was 102. It was awful.
No.
On that concrete.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Mm-hmm.
That was horrible. I have PTSD from it. Sorry.
We all do. Yeah.
Yeah. Another thing, since we're gonna have clear skies all weekend and leading into next week, keep your eyes to the sky. You might get to see the brightest comet we've had past the Earth since Hale-Bopp in 1997 or whatever the heck it was.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's gonna slowly start becoming visible to the naked eye. Right now, it's in the early morning, but after this weekend, you should start being able to see it in the evenings for a long time, right after the sunset.
So you're thinking like Sunday night?
Yeah.
Okay. Very cool,
then
man.
for the next few days, the peak of brightness is supposed to be around the 12th.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, there's already several photographers in Fort Worth that have got it in the early morning hours as it's up and above the Fort Worth skyline.
And by the way, folks, I don't know if we even brought this up at the beginning, but this is Dustin Schneider, and he is an amazing photographer here in Fort Worth. Are you going to be taking some shots of this and putting it up where people can see it?
I am. I haven't had time for to do it in the morning yet, because it clashes with my regular work schedule.
Right.
But over this weekend, I'll probably be shooting some, and definitely next week when it flips and rotates and goes towards the evening.
Cool.
I will be shooting. So yeah, something to look forward to. Something to that's
awesome,
free.
brother.
You just look at the sky, look at it.
Just look up.
Yeah. So that's what I've got for the weekend.
Very cool, man. Hey, before you get out of here, I've got a story that I want to tell you about, and I'm trying to find it now. I had it pulled up. Here it is. This happened last night while we were packing up and getting ready to leave Pouring Glory.
Okay.
Here's the headline. One man in serious condition after falling into an abandoned grain silo in Fort Worth.
Shit.
A man is... I shouldn't be laughing. I'm sorry. A man is recovered... But this guy was up there messing around, right? A man is recovering after falling into an abandoned grain silo late Wednesday night at around 11:45 p.m. Fort Worth police said they received a call about a man who fell over 10 feet inside of the grain silo located at 1937 South Main Street. Fort Worth PD said the man was located several stories up inside the silo, but they were able to treat him above ground where he was found. Let's see if there's any more pertinent information here. But yeah, this dude he's messing around, it sounds like, and stepped off into something and took a plunge. But yeah, these grain silos are known for being like a place for vandalism and people dumping stuff and just general jackassery. But
or amazing photo shoot location.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many photo shoots I've done at those silos at South Main, whether it be band or graduation photos. People want rough urban graduation photos with graffiti and that industrial look and feel to them. It's a perfect location, but they are extremely dangerous.
Yeah.
Like they're decrepit and things falling apart. And I always fear, like when I'm in there or around them shooting, I always fear the thought of falling into a full grain silo and just sinking into the grain.
Oh yeah.
That's like a phobia I have.
Surely there's not any grain left in those.
Oh no, there's not.
Yeah.
Well, whatever's in there is like rotted out or the rats eaten it off. But,
oh God.
Yeah, those silos down there, they're supposed to be tearing down the ones that are further south at Biddison and Hemp Hill.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to implode those, and several people have died at that one down there.
Yeah, it's not a safe spot. It's definitely not. And when I was a kid, we did dumb stuff like that, running around buildings that had been shut off and were under construction or something like that, dangling over open elevator shafts, and Yeah. It's just, don't do that. Don't do that, kids. Or adults. This was a grown man.
My great-grandfather had 3 grain silos out in Cisco, Texas, and he had a worker fall into the grain one. and get swallowed up, and they had to open the emergency door and pull the guy out. He lived.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
He had a respirator on and everything, so he could still breathe, but he lived through it. But, yeah, he's extremely lucky.
Yeah,
extremely lucky.
We've discovered the roots of your phobia from your childhood trauma there.
That's it. Yeah, just thinking about falling in the grain and going into those silos as a kid, I was like, man, these things are crazy.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
That's no way to go.
Heck no.
So this weekend, and I don't know if you have been to a new Fort Worth establishment called Hoppin'. It's where we're recording this morning. Friday is 90s night. They're going to do a bunch of 90s themed things. They're going to have a DJ here. But this place is pretty rad, and I'd like to bring you and some friends up here just to check it out. But you get to pour the beer by the ounce, and they give you a little armband that's linked up to your debit card. They got 29 stations on the wall, so you don't have to wait for a beer. Pretty cool space.
I was talking to our mutual friend Joe about it last night.
Yeah? What was the conversation about?
He was talking about how cool it is that he's performed there a couple times.
Already? Wow. Because it's only been open for a month, but Joe, he's on top of it.
Yeah, he's cruising, but he's like the concept school. I've been to a place like that in Brooklyn, New York, and where you can pour your own and it's all by the ounce. I was like, this is a pretty cool concept because I don't have to bother a waiter or waitress or anything to get me more beer. I just get up, get what I want, and you can walk around and try all sorts of stuff. And if you're ballsy, you can make suicide beers.
Oh, don't do that. Like we did with soda when we were kids.
Yeah.
Mr. Schneider.
Sometimes it works. Sometimes it works.
Not with beer. There's no way that works with beer.
Snake bites do. That's what a snake bite is.
Oh, I don't know.
Half cider, half Guinness.
That sounds terrible.
A black and tan.
Mr. Schneider, where can people find your photography, and do you want to tell them about your podcast?
Photography is plasticobject.com. And the K, well, you can do it both ways. PLATSIK or IC, but plasticobject.com. And then I'm actually here representing theaudiohead.com. That is Fort Worth's website for all things music and local and national bands as they roll through town. There's a few of us over there that cover local and national music. Like I said, as they roll through town, shows upcoming, and it's a site if you need to just kind of see what's going on. And then also, ilovefortworth.com or ilovefw.com.
Excellent, brother.
It's kind of another website that kind of gives you the ins and outs and ups and downs of what's going on in Fort Worth, and some juicy gossip here and there.
Some hot goss?
Yeah, some high tea.
Well,
and then, of course, JerryJonesSoundmaster.com is the podcast.
The number one podcast in North Texas, and part of the inspiration for the Fort Worth Roots podcast. So,
you're slowly overtaking us with your award.
No overtaking, just traveling in the same lane, appreciating each other. There's no overtaking here. I swear. There's no plan. There's no plan for domination.
You got to keep it going.
Oh,
we're no longer eligible. You got to keep it going.
No, eligible for what?
That award anymore.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We took ourselves down. Like we told them after we won our last one that we're done. We no longer want it.
Yeah. Well, thank you for taking the time for a call today. And can we get you and maybe the Stubbs on a full episode of the Fort Worth Roots, and not just the morning show?
If you got dump button ready.
Huh?
If you got your dump button ready for Stubbs' mouth.
Right, yeah. We try to keep it clean. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll just make Stubbs respond with blinking, right? We'll gag him, and he blinks once for yes, twice for no, and that's how we'll have him on the show.
Or give him a dog collar and shock him every time he says something wrong.
Man, do you think he'd go for that? I don't think he'd go for that.
He won't ride in a helicopter. What makes you think she'd wear a dog collar?
All right, brother. Thank you for the call, and I'll talk to you soon. Actually, I'll see you no later than Saturday, so that'll be good.
Yeah, in a couple hours.
Yep. All right, brother.
All right.
Talk to you soon.
Later.
Thank you. Bye. That is Dustin Schneider, and he is the host of the North Texas podcast called Jerry Jonestown Massacre, and it's a lot of fun. They've been going for a decade, and we took a lot of our inspiration from the Jerry Jonestown Massacre podcast, and we're not at all the same, but definitely like-minded in a lot of different ways. So, all right, that conversation took up almost 22 minutes, and I'm sorry. We need to put that dog collar on Dustin next time and shock him like, hey, hurry it up. Other news real quick, that chemical spill in Frisco. Frisco chemical fire extinguished. 10 first responders were taken to the hospital for that. That was actually September 25th, and then they updated it, I guess, today or yesterday for a little bit more information. The fire was at a pool supply store northeast of Toyota Stadium in Frisco. Burning chemicals such as chlorine and pool shock prompted a temporary shelter in place. Air quality tests confirmed the area is now safe. There was also no groundwater contamination. A total of 10 first responders were taken to the hospital as a precaution after being exposed to burning chemicals. So it sounds like they'll be okay. Let's see. Other news. Oh, we had talked about the superintendent and how she was resigning. The story I found this morning says, these are the bullet points. Fort Worth ISD superintendent resigns. As part of the Fort Worth ISD superintendent Angelica Ramsey's agreement to resign, she will receive a payout totaling $573,000 plus. While she resigns as superintendent, she will still be employed with the district as the ambassador for public relations through September 1st. As part of the agreement, Ramsey will be on paid leave until August 30th, 2025, and will receive her full benefits until then. All right. I'm going to break into this episode with this is going to be a really long morning episode. If you don't have time for it, I understand. Our Thursday episodes are definitely going to be our longest, but we recorded last night at Pouring Glory with some of the people that attended the open mic, and I gave them an opportunity to be a part of the morning show and to tell us about upcoming events. And one of the things we're going to talk about here with Carrie Smith from Late to the Station is voter registration. Okay, I'm here with Carrie Smith. We're not peeking, are we? Okay, I think we're good. And we're going to talk about, oh, by the way, Carrie Smith is of the band Late to the Station, an incredible Fort Worth band that will actually be playing October 5th, this Saturday, out at Pouring Glory for the big bash we're having.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock if you want to see Late to the Station. Is it full band or?
Full band.
All right.
Bring in the boys.
Noise. Okay, so what I really wanted to talk to you about is we have elections coming up. And
Yes, sir.
I was just talking to a gentleman today, and he brought up a good point. What's the cutoff for registration for voting?
October 7th.
Okay, so that's right around the corner.
Yep.
Now, you have to get registered to vote in order to be in the presidential election.
Correct.
But you also have to get registered to vote so that you can hit the municipal stuff, the local stuff.
Correct.
And
I like to joke that if they're voting for head janitor, I'm going to be there.
Right. And that's the stuff that impacts us directly as a community.
Correct.
So they need to get registered now.
Yes, and you need to really start to notice who's on your school board and your city council, and who's running for which different commissioners' courts, because these people have ideas about how they want to run things and the effect that they want to have on your community. And if you don't have a seat at the table, you're on the menu. Mm-hmm. So you really need to make sure that you're registered to vote. And there are several ways you can do it. You can contact a county voter registrar, fill out the form with them, and they will take it to the Tarrant County Elections Office. I have mail-in voter registration cards, and the postage is paid. So if you've changed your address or you've moved because your rent got crazy, you still need to update that. Again, by October 7th, it needs to be in the mail. You can also, there is no online voter registration in Texas, and
wow.
I really want to make sure that is clear.
That's wild.
It's Yes, that's all I'm going to say. It is wild because it's most other states have it available.
Yeah.
But for us, it's not an option.
Because you're just registering.
Right.
Seems like that should be part of the process.
It seems like it should be an easy part of the process, but I understand. I very deeply understand that people want to make sure that our elections are secure, and that everyone that has a voice and a vote is vetted. But we need to make sure that we're not circling the wagon so tight that people can't get in to see what's going on.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
So very important. We've done better. The good news is we've done better. In 2020, voter election turnout was right around 60%, and that was an all-time high.
Wow. Okay.
And I really feel like we've had some Gen X voters coming up, Gen Y voters, Gen Z voters coming up that, have experienced some things in their childhood and their youth that maybe you and I didn't have to experience, and want to make some changes. So if you're in that youth vote, if you are not yet 18 by the voter registration deadline on October 7th, but you are going to be 18 by election day, you can still register to vote. So if you're in high school and listening to Fort Worth Roots, then you've got a place too. So don't sleep on this.
Yeah, definitely not. Join the party. It sounds like everybody's going.
And the more people we have that have a voice, the more our government will look and sound like everyday people.
Right.
And that's really a passion of mine.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And are you going to have voter registration cards at the event?
I will.
Yeah, that's why I asked.
I tell Andrew all the time, I keep them in my car like a soccer mom keeps snacks. So, if it comes up in conversation, I can whip one of those out.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, and we'll have that here October 5th at Pouring Glory for our event. So, if you're here and you need to sign up, register, come see Carrie Smith with Late to the Station.
Thank you, sir.
Do y'all have any other shows coming up?
Thursday we're playing a Tico in the Stockyards, and if you haven't ever been there, it's on a rooftop.
Is that how you say that?
Yes.
I thought it was Attico.
Oh, me too. For at least a year, and I was like, oh, there's an accent there. Oh, whoops. Okay.
Atico.
Yes.
Okay.
And excellent food, some of the most amazing, delicate food you've ever tasted. And so that's Thursday. And if you want to have
Is
everybody.
that every Thursday?
No.
Oh, okay.
Ever so often, every other month about. And if you want to take a great selfie with the skyline of Fort Worth in your background, that is the spot.
Yeah.
Yes, they're
Awesome.
the place.
So not tomorrow, but next Thursday?
No, tomorrow.
No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow
Okay.
we're there.
So that's going to be today because we're putting this out
well,
on the
there
morning
you go.
show.
See,
so today you can go to Atico, which is down there by the Stockyards,
Right.
off of Main, and see Late to the Station and take yourself a nice little selfie with downtown Fort Worth in the background.
Beautiful.
And get yourself some excellent food.
Rock on.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Mandy Ann.
Hey, Andrew Turner. So Big Heaven has our new and final EP. It is called Threads. You can find it anywhere, streaming services, whatever your favorite streaming service is. Big Heaven, Threads, 3 songs that will change your life.
Excellent. What's the best way to find it?
I would go to Spotify, but if you want to support us directly, bigheaven.bandcamp.com.
Noise. Thank you, Mandy.
Thank you.
J-O-E. What do you got?
My name is J-O-E. You're checking out Fort Worth Roots. Go check out my new single, Beer Mode, on all streaming platforms. Don't worry about where to find it. Type in Beer Mode on any platform and it will pop up.
Easy enough.
Crack a cold one up. Enjoy. Laters.
Thank you, brother. J-O-E. And like I was saying earlier, you guys are welcome to join us every Wednesday out at Pouring Glory for our open mic night. And if that ever changes, we'll let you know. Open mic night is at Pouring Glory. Starts at 7 o'clock, goes till 10. All genres of musicians are welcome and encouraged to attend. We even have the laptop hooked up, so if you're a hip-hop artist or for whatever reason you need backing tracks, we're happy to do that. And our social media, if you need updates on the fly, you can find us on as Fort Worth Roots on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. So here's a little clip from last night. I think it's only a few seconds long of one of our artists. I should have taken more recordings, but I just wanted to catch a sneak peek at one of our musicians on stage. And last night we had Mandy Hand, a local Fort Worth artist.
is all that I can do to keep everyone from losing their minds and aiming guns in my direction.
Pouring Glory last night for the open mic. It is every Wednesday at Pouring Glory. Starts at 7 o'clock, and you're all invited to come hang out with us. If you're a musician, we'd love to have you. We actually had somebody that found us on TikTok last night that showed up to the open mic, and I was really excited about that. So if you show up to the open mic and we haven't met yet, come say hi to me and tell me how you heard about Fort Worth Roots or the open mic. I love hearing that kind of stuff. So excellent. Thank you to everybody that participated last night. All right, guys, thank you for joining us for this segment of the Fort Worth Morning Show. Moving through today, I hope you will choose love and gratitude every chance you get. I'm going to get that read down better next time. Until next time, good day.